Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. All of my old subscribers, all of my new subscribers, all of my future subscribers, I give you love and gratitude as you come over to the channel. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate. I so appreciate your support. You guys make this channel what it is, okay? Also, as we work hard to bring you honest content and good content, okay? Um, I want to, if you all would like to donate to the channel, you can donate to the channel via Cash App. Let me put that up. Or super thanks. I want to thank everyone that has been supporting the channel financially. As a matter of fact, let me head going on over here. Hold on. To my Cash App. Y'all know I should have already. I be thinking about it when I do it, right? I start thinking about it. I want to thank Miss Crosby. I want to thank Miss Heyman. I want to thank Miss Wynn, and I want to thank Demond, okay, for those cash apps. Um, but I wanted to get on to give my condolences to Tina Turner, of course, and with her, I guess it would be to her family, and to say R.I.P. and to her, definitely a icon. I look at her movie, the movie "What's Love Got to Do with It" to this very day, and guess what? I read the book. I have gone through this phase where I loved reading. If it was I guess a show, a movie that was done on a person's life, if it's usually always a book first, okay? Even if the book came out years ago, sometimes a movie producer will get interested and decide to bring it to life, but everything depicted in a film is usually it not in the book, okay? It might be similar, but it's always so much more in the book, and I had the opportunity to read the book and I could not put it down. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I am a avid reader. I love reading. I'm just nosy child. I likes to read autobiographies. I think I told y'all, like with the O.J. Simpson's case, I bought everybody's book, and I was still in high school, in junior high school, going to high school. I had my mama to buy the books, right? I got Johnny Cochran's book, A Journey to Justice, Chris Darden, In Contempt. I couldn't get into Marsha Clark's book. I don't know why. I bought it, but I couldn't get into it. Um, I saw what Chris Darden lost. He was very emotional. I read the other woman, which was Paula Barbieri, that was O.J. Simpson's girlfriend. I read Faye Resnick's book, A Life Interrupted. She was Nicole Brown Simpson's friend, which is, I believe, has some, know really what happened because OJ didn't do it. If y'all don't believe me, I will get into that another time, child, because I eat, sleep, and breathe that case. Okay. And it was something, but I fell so in love. Everybody wrote a book, but I fell in love with Johnny Cochran. He was just the epitome of class and grace, and he was suave. He was just a great lawyer, knew the law, very charming. I loved him. um I did. I loved him. um but I read Tina Turner's book, What's Love Got to Do with It, and I had the opportunity to get in depth for story the in-depth story of what really went on and how afraid she was of Ike, and a lot of the things that he did to her. Like what he did to her was way worse, okay, than what was in the movie. And some of the things that was in the movie I didn't, read in the book. And I think Tina said herself that Hollywood put their own little twist to it, so a lot of that did not happen to her. But what I read in the book, in her very own words, it was a lot worse. And he used fear. A young lady who already had been felt, had issues of abandonment, and he used giving gifts to a family member. Now that did happen, where you have parents, mothers, and things of that nature, especially if you grow up poor and things of that nature. The way Ike was able to control her when she would try and run to her mother, he bought her a house. So, of course, she said she knew at that point that her mother was not going to go against him. Okay, you buy a house and then you paying the mortgage on it. Even back then, a lot of adults stayed married for a long time because they was taught that um, that you stay no matter what, and what goes on in this house stays in this house. And I think even back then, some women felt like or was taught that you marry a man, you are his property, and he's allowed to beat you. Okay, that's one of the reasons now. It's still happening, and I think it's a repetitive cycle because so many young men are seeing their mothers get beat by their boyfriends and their fathers, and they think that there's some normalcy in that, and they get women that have low self-esteem. And I've heard women say, um I've heard women say, "Well, I know he loved me, girl, because he had got it, did mad and beat me, eyes and stuff swole all up, child. He had knocked the did my toofuses out." A lot of women affiliate a man getting jealous and getting angry and beating them with love. It has nothing to do with love. And verbal abuse is just as bad. I've never been able to stand a man. I can't stand a man anyways that call women out of their names. I despise them. Okay, and I know we all do it, but it's something about when a man does it. Um, with women, I think it's more catty. I think that's the reason why I can't stand when a man do it, because a man ain't got no business being catty. That would make him a bitch. Okay, a bitch for real. Okay, um, but a lot of times when you see men do it, especially when men do it to the women that they are with, okay. I've only had men that I was with to do that to me. Only I had about maybe a couple, and that was it for them, because I was always taught, my mother always taught me there's nothing worse than a man that lays down with a woman and get up and call her out of her name. There's he could say anything but calling her out of her name like that. Okay. And most men, even when they really love women and they get angry, they will not call her out of her name. That's a strong man that cares about the woman. But to call her B's and H's and you laying with her, I mean, and vice versa. I don't think it's right for women to call her man bitches and hoes and things of that nature. It's very just it's dysfunctional. There is no coming back from that. Especially when I love somebody. For them to that's the reason why I got rid of them Negroes. Okay, when they did that, even when they come, I was just mad. I'm so sorry, nigga. Bye. Don't call me no more. I don't have anything for you. Okay. But Tina Turner had gone through a lot, and that's the reason why I named this "What's Love Got to Do with It?" Because so many people affiliate things with love, that has nothing to do with love. I always tell people, love is not a feeling; love is an action word. People love you by what they do for you. I look at some men sometime and how they are not obsessed, because controlling men are obsessed. Okay, when they controlling, they mad, don't want their woman to go nowhere. That's not love. That's a sadistic type of control. But how they look at their women, and they look at them with love and admiration, and they do whatever is necessary to make sure that that lady is provided for and protected, and vice versa. That's why I say men are supposed to provide and protect. Okay, and even with, because I get to thinking about some of the relationships that I've had in the past, and I have quite a few of my exes. For some reason or another, street guys have always been very attracted to me. And the thing about it is, I grew up in South Memphis, and so my cousins are hardcore street dudes out in the streets, real heavy. Um, and so I was always around street guys, right? And for some reason, with me not being a street girl, I guess I would have to say I got a little hood in me, but I never ran the street. They've always, I don't know, had some type of attraction to me. And so my one of my exes was looking at, my channel, and he called me on Facebook the other day, and he was like, no, I was telling him I wanted to do, we got to talking about some things that I wanted to do, and some people that, I was loving to interview. And because he's out in the street, he's able to touch those people. He's around them consistently. And he was like, yeah, that'll be cool, and even though we have not been together in 20 years, and when I say we, and over 20 years, okay, nothing in over 20 years. He was like, yeah, that'll be cool. I'll do this. I can do that for you, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk to that person, because that person has the arrogance. I don't want to have to beat their ass about being disrespectful to you, because he can be disrespectful. And so when men have, even when they're not with you, they have an admiration, they have a respect for you, even if you're not with them and you're friends with them at this point, they still go into protective mode, and they have like I said, respect, and they go into protective mode, which is what they're supposed to do. And I think oftentimes, like, when I see like women, and I don't be trying to talk bad about women that do it. I just know they don't know their worth when they feel like they're supposed to work while the man is at home. He ain't getting no money. um hey, my dad told me, men, you ain't even supposed, if a man, I remember when I was thinking about moving in a long time ago with this guy that I was dating, and my dad said to me, so he's gonna pay all the bills. And I was like, well, yeah. I, I had not even thought about it. I mean, that was when I was in my 20s. I was like, well, yeah. He was like, well, let me just say this, because you don't seem too sure. If he can't pay all them bills, he can't afford you. You ain't got no business moving in with no Negro. He used to always say, Joker, a Negro that can't pay all the bills. That means that he can't afford to be with you. Men don't make their women pay the bills. Okay. He said, that's what I can't understand about some of these girls. He's talking about my nieces and things of that nature, and they getting married and they paying half the bills. That's not my daddy taught us better than that, you know. And I just think that a lot of people don't know that. And I'm not saying if you're paying half of the bills, your husband don't love you, because it's okay, or your man. I guess it's okay. If y'all meeting each other halfway, I think now at this day and time, it's different than, even though my dad made a lot of money, so I guess he could say that. But in this day and time, it takes about two people, I guess, to pay bills. I guess it takes two people to pay bills. Okay, so my dad and them came from an older era, but I still do believe that the man is the provider and the protector, right? And the woman is the helpmate. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't know that. They just affiliate, being arguing and being um you know, fighting, and I'm talking about physically fighting. I think it's so messed up. Now I'm a nitpicker. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm mad at when I'm in a relationship, and I that's something I have to work on. I'm with somebody, I will nitpick when I'm mad. And I used to have a boyfriend to say, when are you gonna stop? And I'll say, when I feel better. I don't feel better yet. Okay. So most women are nitpickers, but when you have a man that's mentally stable and things of that nature, they just ignore you. Right. They just ignore you until they get tired and say, okay, baby, what is it that you need me to do? What I need to say for you to stop. Okay. That's a mentally sane man, because most women are crazy anyways. Okay. Uh, Most women are a little off our rockers. Okay, that because we're emotional. But when you have people fighting and cussing and putting all that negative energy out in front of their children, and things of that nature. People affiliate that with love. What does that have to do with love? Ooh, they show love each other because they over there. He pulled her all her weave out of her head. He really had love in her. That's why I say people are really mentally ill. Girl, Jerome had knocked my toofuses out. Girl, he got so mad that I was talking to another man. He knocked the rest of my toofuses out. This is what people affiliate with love, and it has nothing to do with it. It has nothing. What does that have to do with love? All of this dysfunction and all of that, you know. And I listen. Hey, I wanted to give my condolences to Tina Turner, okay, and but I'm thinking about in light of her book that I had read, you know, even though Tina, let me just say this, Tina was iconic. I love going back listening to Tina Turner and Ike's song. I think it's gonna work out fine. And Shake a Tail Feather. I love to see how they was dancing. I mean, she was dancing just like Angela Bassett them was. Shake a Tail Feather. They got some hits. I'm telling you. And Tina still got some hits. What's Love Got to Do with It? There were a lot. I have a cousin who loves Tina Turner when Tina was he loved her since he was about 10 years old. Okay. And so my my daughter had texted me when Tina died and said, "Mom, I think you need to check on Trey." They just said Tina Turner died. And sure enough, he posted not okay on social media, not okay. But I definitely wanted to show her respect because she was very iconic, but she also, in light of talking thinking about her book and all of the things that she went through and things of that nature, I'm thinking about, you know, and Ike has been gone now and people need to understand, like, Ike was quite a bit older than Tina was like almost like a little girl when Ike got her. And I'm thinking about in the book, you know, she said when she decided that she was gone, the first time she decided that she was going to leave because she was living with Ike to record. They were not dating, and she decided that she was going to leave because it was not working out. She was his bread and butter, okay? And so she said that was the first time he took wire hangers and put them together and started beating her with them, and she was too afraid to leave from that point. Ike did a lot of evil stuff to that woman. Okay. I mean, the stuff that's in the book is way more heinous, but she survived it. And when she would do interviews, you know, when Oprah and them wanted to talk about it and they would go, "Oh, I'm sorry." She was, "Oh, I don't need it. I don't it helped me to get to where I am now. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. You know, look at me now." You know, it made her strong enough when she finally got the strength to leave. It made her strong enough to leave. And then she left the United States, child. She's been living in Switzerland ever since. And she had a wonderful career. Okay. And Ike had to see her have that wonderful career. Okay. God says, "I prepare a table for you." And he prepared a table. Okay. And then Ike had to see her be successful. Okay. He prepared a table for a Tina in the presence of her enemies. And if you think about it, Tina never really said anything bad about Ike. You know, she put it in the book and she didn't want to relive that anymore. It was about business. She put that out there, and she just did not go on a tour talking about how all of this stuff that she had gone through and feel sorry for me. No, she wanted for her work to speak for itself. You know, it really made her strong. I really admired her for that. And it was like that in every interview. But what she would talk about was how she stayed for her children. And because of, she didn't even talk, she talked about, you know, in the book because of fear. But in interviews, I never heard her really say anything bad about a whole lot of bad stuff about Ike, other than "I stayed for my kids." Was raising Ike's kids, and she could have left, you know, I guess, and went into hiding. She said, "But I knew how it felt to be, you know, I knew how it felt to be left, and I didn't want to leave the kids." Okay. And and so, you know, I just, hey, she's left a lifetime of great music, and she left that great book. You know, go get it. What's Love Got to Do with It is the name of the book. And it's just a true she's the epitome of a survivor. Okay. She's the epitome of a survivor. And she just, and all the success that she gained and things of that nature. And people say, well, she got all this success because of Ike. No, the reason Ike was successful was because of her. She was the one with the talent. Hell, he was playing in damn hole in the wall clubs. He was able to see some mainstream situations. Yeah, he had the talent to write and make music, but nobody wanted to hear him until he got Tina. She took that, made that ship float. Okay. She was the blessing behind that, because he'd have still had his ass in hole in the wall clubs like he went back to after she left. Okay. So I had to put I wanted to motivate and give my condolences to Tina all in one video, and put, stop Rams. What's love got to, y'all? I'm sorry. My yard man out there again today, child. He caught himself doing something into my flower bed, child. But but I wanted to put that inspiration in, all in one, right? um what's love, got to do with it? Like I said, a lot of people have never really experienced true love. And the sad thing about it is, I truly believe that so many people want to experience real love, but they are so afraid. So it makes them mean, it makes them miss out on great things. A lot of people are just damaged and afraid, and so they kind of affiliate. A lot of people are traumatized, so they kind of affiliate a lot of things that have nothing to do with love. And I think that's very unfortunate. Okay. But anyway, rest in peace to Tina Turner. Okay. I'm gonna be looking at her movie, one day this week when I get the opportunity, child. And I still got her book. I might go back and revisit that. That's a good book. It's real thick. But I promise you, it's one of those books that you can't put down. That's the reason why, you guys, I've been working on a book club, because I love books. I love reading good stuff. Okay. I love reading good stuff. I am a avid reader. I do. And like I said, I guess I'm nosy because I so love to read about other people's lives. Okay. I love reading autobiographies, so, and discussing it. That's one of my things, to read it, to have, and to enjoy discussing it. Because see, everybody has a different understanding of what they read, right? Everybody has a different understanding, but that's something that I am working on. It's something I've been, but y'all gonna hear more about it, because I like I said, I think reading is definitely fundamental. Okay, it is. Like I said, I love it. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can definitely support the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. Again, rest in peace to Tina Turner. I hope that this inspired you. I love you guys. We'll be on tonight. I'll talk to you later.